Hi, this is Laryssa Nilsson. I'm a team leader with Usborne Books and More, and today on My Reading Rug, I'm going to talk about regular summer reading and 3 gifts that it gives to your children to have them be faithful in their summer reading and be regular summer readers. The first gift that regular summer reading gives to your children is that it helps them to beat what we call the summer slide. What is summer slide? Summer slide is the phenomena that happens anytime children take a prolonged break from their academic studies. And it has been proven again and again that children who take the summer break and do not read lose 3 months worth of reading progress from wherever they were at the end of the previous school year when they start the next school year. 3 months. And that's just amazing if you think about it. You think about the school year being just 9 months long, and then every time we take these long summer breaks and your children don't faithfully read, it's like you can erase 1/3 of the school year when it comes to their reading progression. So that has a real effect on how good of a reader your child will end up being over the years. If you can imagine that you're slicing off 1/3 of their reading progress every summer if you don't have them regularly read. But regular summer reading beats the summer slide. In fact, if your child reads just 6 books, that can really help to have an effect against the summer slide. So, and regular summer reading, where they're reading a lot and they're reading on level, can really help their reading to move forward. So the summer slide does not have to happen, and giving your children the gift of regular summer reading helps to make sure that they're going to enter the next school year at least where they were at the end of the previous school year, maybe even ahead. But what we really don't want is for them to lose ground. So you're giving them the gift of taking away that lost ground from them when you push them to regularly read throughout the summer. Well, that first gift alone should be enough to motivate you to have your child regularly summer read. But I have 2 more amazing gifts that regular summer reading gives to children. And the second one is that regular summer reading gives your children the chance to read for a sustained amount of time, for 3 months, books that are right on their level. Let me explain what I mean by this. Kids are reading a ton in school, but because they have to be with the whole class, a lot of the time the reading that they're doing at school is either too easy for them or too hard for them. And that's not always a good thing. Reading that's too easy for you is okay. It's still great practice and it's fine to do. In fact, it's not a bad idea to every once in a while just go ahead and read something easy so that you can really shore up some of those reading skills. But if you're always reading things that are too easy for you, you're not really getting the chance to stretch as a reader and to see how far you can go. So if your child is used to the reading at school being super easy, summer is a chance where for 3 months they get to spend their reading energy on books that you and them pick out. And you can pick books to really challenge them, see what they're capable of, and help them to really make a jump into harder books that they may find they really, really enjoy. If your child is used to the reading at school being too hard for them, then they really need to use these 3 months as a chance to read books that are back on their level. Reading that is too hard is really not effective in growing you as a reader. I find that readers that are reading things that are always too hard for them are just spinning their wheels. They're spending too much work decoding and trying to follow the storylines, and they're not getting to build a lot of their solid reading skills. They need to be reading at an easier level. Well, here we are. You have 3 months where they don't have to read those hard textbooks from school. They don't have to read the things that are just a little bit out of their reach. They can read books that are much more on their level, and it's really going to help their reading to take off. Don't overlook this gift number 2. Help your child this summer to be reading books that are on their level, and you will see their reading really grow. This is 3 beautiful months where you're not competing with what the teacher is sending home. So this is a chance for you to really capitalize on this chunk of time and for the students to really get to read books that are on their level, which is where the best reading happens. And the third gift is my personal favorite. Regular summer reading gives you and your child a chance to really explore their reading interests and to discover books that they really love. A lot of the books that are chosen for school by the teachers or the curriculums, they're amazing books. They're really wonderful. But they lose some of their joy simply because the kids are required to read them. We can all relate to that, right? We like to be able to choose on our own and find things that really make us happy. So summer is the time for your kids to get to do that in their reading. If they like reading a particular genre, they can stay there for a long time. If they like reading about a particular topic or time in history, there's nobody that's pushing other books on them and saying, no, you have to read this one. If they prefer to read magazines, graphic novels, comics, newspapers, or all sorts of other different types of books, that's okay too. It's still reading. So really allow your children during the summer to have a lot of free reign over the books that they choose, and if a book isn't really interesting them, they don't have to finish it. We really need to take advantage of this nice chunk of time where we get to be in control of the books that are in front of our children and help them to really discover what is it that they love to read and give them the time to read those things. For many people who love to read, they will look back at summers and they will say, it's during the summer when I could just read and read and read and read that I really fell in love with reading. And that's what we want. So definitely pursue that third gift that regular summer reading gives your children. It's the chance for them to read books that they personally find interesting. I hope these 3 gifts have inspired you to make sure that your children are regularly reading this summer. Be sure to check out your library or local bookstores to see if they have summer reading challenge programs that can help motivate your students and your children. And you can also check out my summer reading program called Reach for the Stars, where I get to offer Usborne Books and More books for your children if they faithfully read for 6 weeks this summer. So definitely look for more information on that.